Kahala, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Brakatahaw, Brakatahaw Shai, Brakatahaw, Brakatahaw Shai, Brakatahaw, Brakatahaw Shai, Thuwada, Abba, called Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth, which we know as the 100% truth. Do a lesson today, watching the brother video. I think he's out in Southern California. And he was going over how they're doing the ice raids out there, and not only out there, all over the country, and mainly where most of these Northern Kingdom tribes, these Latin tribes are located. And he's how they came in paramilitary suits and flashbang grenades and all these things to gather up the people that was out there, going to work or wherever they was grabbing them from. I forget what he said in the video. But this kind of brings, you can't help but think, it takes us to the time of Jacob's trouble, which the Lord has told us that it was going to happen. We're going to go into that time. And they're starting off with the Northern Kingdom tribe, but don't think it's just going to stop there. Now, Esau has done a marvelous work, in creating the situation and the climate for this. They had the first administration coming here, Joe Biden. They were bringing the northern tribes over here. They would give them excess of things to piss off the American people, so to speak, because you had people already, the American people already in a tight situation, with the economy being the way it is and food prices, everything is going up. It's a bad economy, and then they bring these people over, the northern tribes, over here, and they give them excess of food stamps, putting them in housing, and shit just didn't make sense, man. Put them in high class hotels, and they was leaking this out in order to stir up the tension, man. And these Edomites out here struggling. They definitely don't want to see that. And then it created a tension in the Southern Kingdom tribes too, because they put these immigrants or the northern tribes into the Southern Kingdom neighborhoods that was already distressed, and they were giving them all the resources. So it created a separation between them and you so-called blacks, man. And now we're at the situation where we're at now. They're going after the northern tribes under this new administration. But believe me, these two administrations work together. The Democrat and Republicans, they work together, man. And that's just a way of corralling you jakes, man, for the kill. They go about destroying the image. They get public sympathy. Then they go in and do whatever they got to do, because they know the gloves are off at this point. And so they kind of justify themselves. They try to justify themselves in going about the harsh ways that they're going to, gathering up the Northern Kingdom tribes. And it's like the brother was saying, it's going to get a lot worse than what it is right now. And, sometimes things like this got to happen, man. Really, Trump is doing the bidding of the Lord, man. He don't know it, but the Lord has got him using him. Because you had a lot of Northern Kingdom tribes, man, that believed in this administration. They believed in. It kind of gave them a feeling of superiority that they were over some of the Southern Kingdom tribes, especially out there in California. You would see cases of the division that they have, and how a lot of these Latin tribes, felt that they were being accepted by Esau Edom. That he was going to pretty much blend them into their kingdom, man. He was the whole time using them, saying where they used the black women. And now that he's finished using them, he's discarding them. And it's always been a practice of Esau Edom. It goes back to the Native Americans, man, back over here when they used the scouts to go gather up all the rest of the tribes. And once they were finished gathering up the native tribes, they discarded the scouts, man. They tossed them back to where they came from. And this devil, man, is known for that, man. He's known for discarding his tools once he uses them. Once they accomplish the mission that he set out for them to do, he reneges on whatever agreement he makes with them, man. He's always been a backstabber. There's nothing's changed, man. So it really is waking up a lot of these Northern Kingdom tribes now that they're seeing that this devil's not who he say he is, man. And and now they seeing the harsh reality of it, you know. And for these Southern Kingdom tribes too, man, these so-called 2/3 of our niggas out here, man. You can see the nigger women catching hell. And they believe so much in this administration, thinking that, or the past administration that was there for their benefit, but the whole time is using them to destroy them. Now you're seeing so many black women losing their jobs now, and she done turned her back on her man. Matter of fact, she done disrespected and talked all type of shit about her man and tried to destroy her man, put him on child support and all this other thing. Now she's left standing and just creating a very volatile situation, man. And so all these tribes are right now getting a wake up call. Esau Edom is about to show his true self. And let me hit some scriptures, man. Jacob's trouble, and that's what we're going into. Let's go to Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams. Okay, now, Shalaki, that's not for this. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and they shall be none. Mischief shall come upon the mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek the vision of the prophets and law, and shall perish from the priests and counsel of the ancients. This is not what I was looking for either. Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So the Lord's going to look out for his elect during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. The Lord is going to lift a standard during that time. So his elect is going to be taken care of. Like I said, Isaiah chapter 4:1, in that day seven women shall take hold of one man, saying, let us be called by your name, and take away our reproach. And we are definitely approaching that time, man. And it's beautiful how to see how the Lord has all these things playing out, man, perfectly. For there shall rise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So be prepared. They're going to use a lot of AI. They're going to put these false prophets, these false messiahs is going to come out of nowhere, and make sure, we don't get caught up in that. We keep our eye focused and single on our Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Luke chapter 21, verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So the Bible is playing out perfectly, man. We're seeing these things unfolding. Like the brother was saying, a lot of these things are not put out on the national news media, but on the alternative news media, they're giving the great details of what's going on. So there's a lot of shit's going on right now. We just have to be prepared. They're throwing a lot of distractions out here, the Diddy trial and all these other things to distract you. But believe me, a lot of shit is going on behind closed doors. So Lord will, we keep our eyes focused. We stay up on this truth, this knowledge, this wisdom, and Lord will be able to endure. And with that, say shalom.